Alright, continuing on. Chapter 17 now. Very short one, mostly cinematics actually. And the king displaying that he is still completely and utterly creepy as shit. And I think the game's just about to be given away here. Because, well, the queen, while a manipulative bitch, doesn't seem to actually be able to run this place. Except by being the queen of fucking hearts right there. And, well, Bianca is only slightly crazy, but we're going to try and rescue here. Because, frankly, and I'm sure most of you listening along at home would agree with this, Bianca would rather stick her tits in a hornet's nest than let the queen get away with anything. Yes, I think that's quite obvious. And no, we really don't care about Queen Margaret, even though she appears to now know that we are screwing her completely. But, fuck it. Bianca doesn't have very many friends, so we're going to murder anyone who looks like they're going to get in the way of those friendships. And of course we're back in Castle Hades, I believe, so we're going to have to run like shit and set ourselves up with some traps. Again, I edited out the section where I put in more traps to my armory. You'll notice the difference very shortly. Well, not quite yet, because anyway, the bear trap has not been modified. Though I like the fact that the character is named Clerible. Very evil sounding. I notice Thunderwall has also not been upgraded. The Flare Rock is one of the major upgrades. At level 3 and 4, the Flare Rock actually explodes a few seconds after landing. It's very useful as an area of effect weapon. And because you can use it to take out multiple people. The only downside is that it does explode and friendly fire becomes quite possible. So you do have that issue right there. Although, frankly, if you're worried about setting yourself on fire with a giant exploding rock, Deception might not be the game for you. So we're going to bear trap her out of complete suicide. And down comes the exploding rock once I get clear of it. And you see there it goes boom quite nicely. I have no idea how her head managed to go through the door without detaching. And I'm sure Ray was very glad for that upskirt shot. You see me doing a circle around Bradley. That's because he is armed with a polearm. He has quite a swing on him. If you try to run straight past him, he will hack you to bits quite easily. And now that we're back in the room that started the game, the very first trap room of the game. And you see I've gotten into the habit of actually checking their special abilities, having been burned one too many times by not paying attention and finding that my carefully constructed trap combo does jack and shit. But now that we're back in the first room of the game with an actual trap arsenal, it's time to fuck some people up. Everyone, probably me and no one else, remembers the little Iron Maiden thing in the corner. And we're going to have some fun with this because they are... Yes, Stanford is dumb enough to walk right in, straight onto the bear trap, and straight into the Iron Maiden he goes. However, not enough damage to be fatal, so we're going to have to rectify this. He also has quite a bit of damage resistance, so as you notice, the bear traps really didn't do much of anything to him. And as it happens, obviously I can't reset the Thor hammer because it's still swinging around, which is a problem. I made the mistake of setting up a blast floor. That takes quite a while to reset. I don't have my flare rock, ready in time. As much as I like it, though, the fact that he just fell on his ass right there, right on the blast floor, is tremendously useful. And yeah, I'm going to drop the flare rock on him, even though it's completely unnecessary. But it will combo by hitting Stanford and give me quite a little bit of extra arc. Sorry, Bradley was the one I was murdering, not Stanford right then. Stanford is still alive. For now. For about the next 3 seconds before I shove him into the Iron Maiden and leave him there. Fucking knights. In all seriousness, as I said, this is a very short, very easy and excessively violent level, of which I am tremendously happy, and I cannot believe I just fucking set the cold arrow in the wrong spot. The game was paused, it's not like I had time. And no, Bradley, you did not fight well. You died like a bitch. Which is sad, because he could have been capable of so much more. Again, you can see there, when they have sufficient damage reduction, you can't really do anything. And there he goes into the Iron Maiden, walks right back out into the backswing of the Thor hammer. No, it's not strange at all that your body doesn't move. You're dead. God damn, the Queen hires some idiots. However, we're still going. We have 2 more enemies inbound, Lancelot and Barges. So now would be a good time to get the fuck out of dodge, because I think I've exhausted the killing potential of this particular room. Though, considering that the killing potential is now standing in a doorway between me and getting out, I'm going to need to be a little bit creative. And yeah, this is bad. I'm kind of boxed in completely with a bomb thrower and a psychotic knight. This is a bad place to be, so I'm going to run for it, frankly. I can outrun them, I'm going to use that to my advantage. If they can catch me, that's their benefit. So now we're back in the Colosseum, which everyone probably remembers from the last video, where I brutally sawed a poor bastard in half. Well, basically for the crime of not getting out of my way fast enough. He should have known better, he really should have. And for anyone that's interested, I may actually return the trap-making videos, or trap-making segments to the start of the videos in the future if I feel like it. I took them out just to get the time down as much as possible, and because I'm sick of talking for 20 straight minutes. I don't know how people do it with normal LPs. I get twitchy at anything over 5 minutes. But anyway, so we're waiting for one of them to come through the door, get bear-trapped, cold arrow, and Thor hammered, basically. And then we'll see in a second. I'm experimenting with some longer traps, and I missed that entirely, but I got him with the throw, which was lucky, because in a split second longer he would have launched a bomb at me and really ruined my day. But we're going with the Thunderwall. Thunderwall luckily is very quick charging, exceedingly quick as it happens, so I can combo it quite effectively. Just as you can see here, I'm able to set up and connect with the Thunderwall before any of my other traps would actually have even stopped. I'm setting up a blast floor here. The idea is I'm going to Thunderwall him out, use the quick charge of the blast floor and the saw. Well, I was actually going to blast him, but he hit the saw, bounced down onto the spikes. And yeah, that was just really bad. Like, that combo was completely unintentional. I had a completely different combo set up. I was trying to send him into the lava with the blast floor. Not what happened at all. I'm not complaining, but, you know, serendipity's a bitch. So we got one person left to get rid of, Lancelot, who, as far as I know, is not actually immune to anything. I probably would have found that out making this video if he was. And we're going with an old school combo here, because I cannot be bothered getting inventive to kill one fucking knight. I already got my inventive 1200 combo just then, and frankly, he doesn't look all that intelligent, so as you can see there, very high defense, high armor I should say, so he can take quite a bit of a beating, which is good because he's going to need it, because, you know, I'm just getting started. And yeah, as you see, he is immune to fire, blast and arrows, which is why he was only taking 1 point of damage from the cold arrows. He's immune to the actual arrow damage on that. He's not immune to the elemental damage attached to it. So we're going to take it nice and basic and launch him right back into a killer fan blades, dice him up like a can that refuses to open. I'll explain how an armoured cavalryman managed to do this. He's not a cavalryman, he has no horse. His horse is an unhorse. He has been dehorsed. And Bianca really needs to learn to look fucking behind her, because Miguel is a stone cold son of a bitch. And oh, is he going to get it in the future. good and proper. But I see they still haven't figured out a way to take Bianca's traps away from her. 'Cause they're pretty much going to have to put her in solitary because no guard who goes in there to get her out is going to live. And yeah, Miguel elevating himself rapidly to the top of the list of people most likely to die in a fire. Under suspicious circumstances. That's mission 17, back next time with mission 18, which is a longer one and hopefully more violent.